Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I had the good fortune of going to the Essence festival this year in New Orleans. It's something I have always wanted to do. And of course, given what I do at Janet's List, which is curating amazing brands by Black women and women of color from the UK, the first, and I'm not joking, the first place I ran to was the Essence marketplace. In my mind, I just wanted to discover and buy from these amazing independent US brands. I was ready to buy from a bunch of brands. That isn't what happened. I have a little bit of a spicy take about the Essence marketplace, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that at the end of this video so that we can spend the bulk of this video focusing on what matters, which is 5 brands that I loved, whose products I bought from the marketplace and whose products I will be using. So here is my little haul. Let's get straight into it. So the first brand I came across is Grandma Ruthies. The brand founder is called Janae McGilvery, just really lovely lady. I had a good opportunity to chat to her. And what caught my attention was just how considered her stand was. Her products were set out beautifully. She had no-brainer pricing, which is something I always say to brands when they're selling in an environment where it's people walking in and walking out, people discovering your brand. You need to have no-brainer pricing so that they can just go and pick the products off the shelf. With hair brands and product brands, I always start off with the deep conditioner. This one in particular is the Black Castor Oil Deep Conditioner. It smells really good. I think the ingredients are aloe vera, black castor oil. Where did they write the ingredients? Oh, here we go. We have aloe vera, we have glycerin, black castor oil, olive oil, sweet almond oil, sunflower oil, rice bran oil, like just all these really good things. And the product feels very soft and silky to the touch. When my hair is out of braids, this is definitely a product I'm going to be testing. It's 8 fluid ounces, so not a lot. But actually for something like the Essence marketplace where people are just trying and testing new products, I think it's a good size. If they're going to move into retail, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do, you would want to see a bigger tub for a deep conditioner. But as far as test a product, I'm really curious to try this brand and to see what the brand goes on to do. My friend, who has completely different hair to me, short platinum blonde hair, I think she bought about 3 products from the brand. So the two of us went, loved what we saw, bought a couple of products, and that is the first brand. I believe the cost of this product was under $10. It might have been something like $8. So when I talk about no-brainer pricing, that's what I mean. But for the rest of this video, I'm going to put the prices in the description box below, both in dollars and in pounds, so that you can get the exact figures for the products. That's the first brand. Now the second brand that caught my attention is this one. It is Kneaded Scent. She had products that had CBD formulated into them, and so that really caught my attention because that's obviously one of the ingredients that is really making its way in the beauty world. The first product that caught my attention is this Salve, which is obviously this bright yellow product. Arnica oil, eucalyptus, jojoba, lavender, and of course it has the CBD, the hemp-derived CBD as one of the ingredients. I think for people who have period pains, or if you just need a product to help you just chill and feel a little bit relaxed, this is something that's worth trying. I haven't actually tried topical CBD. Whenever I've tried CBD in the past, I've had the droplets that go under the tongue, and I found actually that those, they don't necessarily lessen my anxiety, but if let's say for example I have one of those nights where I'm only going to get 3 or 4 hours of sleep, I found when I use the under the tongue CBD, it gives me better quality of sleep for the amount of time that I have, rather than like lessening my anxiety or helping me sleep better. That's just the effect it has on me. So I feel like the ingested CBD will have more benefits, but I'm curious to see what benefits topical CBD might have. So I'm gonna report back. These actually also have CBD in them. So these are bath and body oils. Like I said, I tend to pick one product per brand, but I actually was quite impressed with this brand. So I picked 3 products. One is a lavender and lilac fragrance. The other is the honeysuckle and white flower. This is a product that you can put in the bath just to help you have that relaxing feeling, or you can apply it directly onto your body. They always recommend that you do patch test, particularly if you're using a new ingredient like CBD. That's something that you want to try out. But these are a couple of products. I believe for the whole batch, I would have spent something like $30 or $35. So again, the pricing was really good. No-brainer pricing for when you're in a marketplace. The founder is Jovi, a lovely lady. Her and her mom were both at the stand when I shopped from them. We had a really good chat. I think by profession, she's like a masseuse. So during COVID, she had to pivot, and people had always been commenting on the products that she used on them. And so she decided to go fully down the route of making products, and it was great to chat to her at Essence, and it was great to discover her brand. So while we're at it, if you could please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. It makes a huge difference for a small channel like ours, particularly given our focus on incredible brands by Black women and women of color. So the next brand on my list is Found Objects. You can see the beautiful earrings that I'm wearing, which are made of leather, and I believe she hand cuts the leather herself. One thing about these earrings, I've worn them a couple of times now, they are so light, so you don't actually feel them when you're wearing them. It's like wearing feathers. And she had so many beautiful designs in her shop. It was actually very hard for me to pick the ones I wanted. I wanted to get a couple of pairs for myself and for my friend as a gift. Obviously, being two Kenyan women at the Essence Festival, we've known each other for a long time since boarding school. And when I saw these earrings with the sort of Pan-African Kenyan flag colors, it was a no-brainer for me. I spent $55 on these earrings, and I would say that was the sort of price range between $30 to $75 depending on what products you bought. I believe she had some bangles and she had some purses, but to be honest, the hero product for this brand is the earrings. Also, Gabriella, who was the lady who was the sales assistant in this shop, was incredible. She was so good at speaking to customers, getting them on board, and of course that is a big part of being at a marketplace and selling to people who are encountering your brand for the first time. I got to speak to the founder, Angelica, for a few moments, and she told me a bit about how she built the business. Her stand was booming. I also remember seeing other women wearing these earrings like during the festival, and to me that's exactly what I want from an independent brand at a marketplace. A brand that's doing something unique, that has a strong point of view, that has something that really catches your attention and makes you stop. So these are the sorts of brands I get excited about, and for each of the brands, if they have an Instagram presence, I'm going to pop that on the screen below so that you can go check them out and follow them. So that is the third brand, and I'm wearing these beautiful earrings from Found Objects. So the fourth brand is Swimma. Now, anyone who wears braids, anyone who has dreadlocks, anyone who has a big head knows that finding a swimming cap can be an absolute pain in the butt. When I saw this brand, again, I was just like, absolute no-brainer. Yellow is the color of the Janet's Lace brand, and I got myself a lovely yellow swimming cap, which you can see there. I had a really fun interaction with the lady who was helping the brand owner. So I went to her and I said, look, I have a small head. And then she interrupted me and she's like, ooh, you have a small head, but you have a bit of a forehead on you. Are you Kenyan? And I was like, yeah. Got it, East African. I've got the East African forehead, 5 fingers, the wax. I have a bit of a, and she was like, don't worry, I've got you, girl. And what I liked about this as well, it's not an easy product to buy online because you just don't know whether it's gonna fit your head or not. But actually being at the stall, she sat me down, she had the different sizes, she put them on my head and she's like, yeah, this is the right size for you to buy. I loved that aspect of it. Again, no-brainer pricing. Can't remember the price off the top of my head, but I'm gonna drop the details in the description box below. Next time I go swimming, next time I go to the spa, I'm going to be sporting my yellow swimming cap. But again, unique, independent brand with a strong point of view that is solving an actual problem that so many Black women face. And I loved discovering this brand at Essence. The final brand I am going to be talking about is Ashaki International, and the product I bought are these sea moss gummy supplements. What I want is a brand that is doing something that is different, that is solving a problem we all have. So we've heard that sea moss is a good ingredient, that it has all of these benefits, but who's gonna be mixing sea moss in like liquids? Who's gonna be like, I don't want that. So when I walk past a stall and I see sea moss gummies, I'm like, done. You have taken a thing that I've been wanting to try and you've put it in a package or in a form that makes me curious enough to try it out. So as soon as I saw these gummies, I was like, take my money. And then on top of that, they had this deal where if you bought the big size, you spent a little bit extra, you would get the smaller size for free. And I was like, done. So I think I spent about $35 to get these 2 packs together. And the claims are that it is tasty, it has a 5-month shelf life, 100% vegan, doesn't have gelatin in it, 85% sea moss, fruit, and it does have some coconut sugar in it. And the one that I bought is a mixed pack with all of these different flavors. So let me just see what these sea moss gummies taste like. We're gonna do a taste test on camera. First of all, I'm going to offer full show. I'm sitting behind the camera. So you've picked, what was that? I feel like that's gonna be, it's either passion fruit, pineapple, or soursop. That's all right. There's nothing there that tells me it's orange, but it's not offensive. I don't know what.
Yeah, I would say that I would eat it and I wouldn't know what the flavour is.
Yeah.
But I can tell that it's
healthy.
Yeah.
But like the one I ate, it says it's orange. I don't have the flavor of orange, but am I going to take my sea moss gummy every day for the next few days? Yes. And see what the claims are, see whether it helps me? Yes. So, you know, a brand like that where the product itself and the way they formulated it is so interesting that it catches your attention and makes you buy. I did not plan to buy any supplements when I was at this festival, but that just caught my eye straight away and I was like, that's interesting, I want to try it out. I also had a chat with Gwendetta, who was the CEO of this company. It was a family affair. I think there was like brothers, uncles, everyone helping to sell, which is really lovely. You know, that's one of the joys of small independent businesses. And so I really enjoyed the time that I spent at their store. There was one more brand that caught my attention, but because I had to travel back to London, I couldn't buy these gorgeous, lovely, big woven baskets. It's a brand called Savannah Baskets, and they just had these baskets done in a really unique and interesting way. I loved all of the different shapes. I'm gonna drop pictures of that so that you can take a look. I also had a lovely little chat with Deborah, who's one of the co-founders of the brand. And so whilst I wasn't able to actually bring something back, this was another brand that stood out to me in the Essence marketplace, and I thought that I should give them a special mention, even though I didn't actually buy a product from them this time at the festival. So on to my spicy take. So first of all, who am I to have thoughts about the Essence Festival? Yes, I'm an average woman walking around the stalls, but I also have had 7 or 8 physical pop-up concept stores in London and Amsterdam, where for each pop-up we've curated between 20 to 25 brands, 7 to 10 artists, all Black women and women of color doing incredible things. So that's the lens through which I look at this. I came to the Essence Festival marketplace wanting to spend, like I wanted to leave my money there. But for me to have only spent my money on 5 brands, I think says quite a lot. My general perception of the Essence marketplace is that it was very light on curation. I didn't see any evidence of curation. So it wasn't obvious to me that someone had really thought about the individual brands, what unique thing they would be bringing to the marketplace, thinking about what the layout should be and how these brands should interact with each other, thinking about the level of quality in the marketplace. There were so many like slogan type brands, which the message is incredible, but the quality just wasn't there. I expected to spend more money. I really did. And I just wasn't able to, because I was like, I'm just gonna keep to my standard of what I would normally buy. And these are the brands that caught my attention. What I would hope to see when you go to Essence Marketplace is like at every stall, you want to leave your money. Like you should be so completely overwhelmed with all of the amazing independent brands that you just don't know where to put your money. That's not the feeling I had. I expected to spend more. I didn't. I feel like a better job could be done with curation, with a little bit of thoughtfulness as to which brands should be next to each other, with a bit of scouting as well. So going out to discover brands and trying to entice them to be part of this incredible festival, which is a real celebration of black women. And so yeah, the marketplace was a bit of a letdown for me. I'm sorry, I'm really conflicted because I wanted to come with a different message, but that's not how I felt. What I loved though about the Essence Festival was just being surrounded by black women. You know, the energy, the different hairstyles, the different fashion, all of the sing-alongs, you know, when songs kept coming up. I remember when we were queuing for the Target house, and on one hand they were playing Weak by SWV, and on the other they were playing Mary Mary's Gospel, and people were singing both songs, and it was amazing. So at the end of the day, you do get that incredible Essence Festival vibe when you're surrounded by amazing black women. I mean, I will go back, of course, in the future, and I hope to see something different, but that was my experience of 2023. Need more curation, need better quality, need brands that have a unique point of voice and that really talk and really sing with each other, and that when you see these brands together in the same corner of the marketplace, it makes sense, and that just wasn't my experience. I wanted to leave a ton of money. I didn't. I only bought from 5 brands. I wanted to have bought from 20 brands even. So that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you'd love to discover more about brands by black women and women of color from the UK, we have a whole raft of videos, and there's a couple of playlists. I'll post the details of that in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.